Hello and welcome to another Lead Manager enhancement video. Today we'll be covering the latest enhancements to the system. Let's get started. Now you'll see helpful tips here on the login page. As you sign in to Lead Manager every day, take a look to see if you learned something new and helpful. Lead Manager is now supporting automated home and auto quoting to consumers. The quotes get delivered via email and/or direct mail, and they're easily accessible in your Lead Manager account after they've gone out to your contacts. Quoting is available real-time for new internet leads and in bulk via the X-Date follow-up workflows. First, let's take a look at what a completed quote looks like in Lead Manager. Once a quote has been done, it will be available in the lead log details under the Alliance Quote tab. You can also view and update the quote as needed from within Alliance or Advisor Pro. To get started, here are the requirements to go over when setting up your automated quotes. For each quote type, the fields needed for quoting are indicated with an asterisk within the lead. On the bottom of the details page in the Auto and Home tabs, note the description at the bottom of the forms. Quick reminder here, note that the bottom line says all quotes require a name, address, and date of birth. If the date of birth is not provided, an age of 35 is used during quoting. Quotes can be automatically set to go out before a lead's X-date. In order to do so, make sure they have a policy expiration date. The lead will also need the appropriate milestone. You can set the correct milestone by saving a note or using a quick action on the lead using the action X-date follow-up. When you save the note, you'll see text in the note box that says milestone set to X-date follow-up and up at the top of the lead log. Let's talk about quoting eligibility too. In order for a lead to receive a quote from Lead Manager's automated quoting, that lead must be able to receive an email or be okay to direct mail or both. In order for a lead to get a Tag Direct Mail quote postcard, you have to have the Tag Direct Mail configured in your account and enable the bulk quoting setting. To tell if a lead is okay to email from the lead log, notice the lead contact information box. You'll see an OK next to email addresses that are OK. To enable an account to direct mail your contacts, you'll need to go to Administration, Tag Direct Mail. The bulk quoting checkbox here will allow you to queue direct mail quote letters. For more information about pricing and the types of letters that will be sent, hover over the question mark. Note that the quote letters will vary by state. The examples displayed here are simply one version of the approved mailers. You can find the specific letters for your state by logging into your tag account. Note that the batch limit rules here will also apply to any bulk quoting you do via direct mail. The quotes are going to take up space in the queue just like any other tag mailer you send out. For example, if you set 20 mailers per week as your limit, when it's time to process a batch of leads and send to tag, the system will put the first 20 from the current leads queued for mailing down here below the settings. This could include a combination of both regular mailers and quotes. For more information on setting up Tag Direct Mail or how to set it up for the first time, look for our video link here under the question mark next to How Direct Mail Works. Now, with real-time quoting for new internet leads, you'll be able to send a quote to customers when a new internet lead is added to Lead Manager. This will work for the providers in your All-State Vetted Lead Providers section of the Web Lead Setup page. To enable this feature, start here at Web Lead Setup. Click the gear icon next to the provider and you'll find a new setting for live quoting. You can choose in the drop-down whether you would like to quote the lead or both quote and email. Here's the difference. The quote option will create a quote in Alliance and save a copy in Lead Manager, but will not be emailed to the consumer. The quote and email option will fire off the email to the consumer after it runs the quote. The auto leads will get auto quotes and home leads will receive home quotes. Home and auto quotes are now built into your default X-date workflows. The quote will be queued to send both an email and a direct mail piece. If you'd like to send direct mail, you must have the tag settings configured as mentioned earlier in this video. If it's not configured, only an email will be sent with the quote if the lead is okay to email. This workflow will activate as it gets closer to the lead's X-date. AutoQuote will queue up 36 days before the X-date. The home quote will queue 33 days prior to the X date, and then your additional follow-up emails will start going out on days 21 and 5 before the X date. In order for a lead to be eligible for this workflow, the lead will need to match the filters up top. The milestone will have to be X-date follow-up, it must be assigned, and it must have a policy expiration date entered in the lead's details. If you would like a tutorial or refresher on workflows and how they operate, check the Resource Center for video content. To track the progress of your quotes, the new Bulk Quoting Report is available under Administration, Reporting, Bulk Quoting. This report will allow you to see leads that are queued, in process, and completed. Use the drop-downs at the top of the page to generate the reports you need. The date for filtering in the Queued for Bulk Quote drop-down is based on the date the leads were queued for quoting. A new advanced workflow for web leads is now available in your account. You can find your available workflows in Administration Workflows. In order to fit this new workflow into your existing process, the previous default workflow, Highly Engaged Prospects - Web and Manually Added, has been split into two separate workflows. The new workflow here is now for web leads only, while the previous workflow continues to run for manually added leads or leads that fill out a Lead Manager web form. If you had the existing workflow turned on, we have turned the new web lead workflow on for you already to prevent any disruption in your follow-up. If Lead Manager recognizes a lead as an Allstate customer, it will now flag those leads as they will no longer be deleted from the system. This applies to both newly added leads and leads that already exist in Lead Manager and later convert to customer. Recently flagged customers can be found through a link here on the homepage. When looking at a list of leads, all leads now have either a P or C icon next to them to indicate whether they are a prospect or customer. Keep in mind, if a lead converts to a customer, it may jump from one workflow to another, as these prospect and customer labels are associated with workflow filters. This Highly Engaged Prospects workflow has the prospect filter, and this customer workflow has the customer filter. Emails now support line breaks. If you would like to create separate paragraphs within your emails, simply click Enter on your keyboard to create a new, cleaner template. This works with both custom email messages and sending an email manually from the lead log. Thanks for watching. For more training and resources, go to the Resource Center tab on your Lead Manager account. This will display up-to-date enhancement videos, along with upcoming webinars and videos on specific topics found under Education.